to the Loose Dads podcast.
Hello and welcome to Loose Dads. It's another episode. It's just what everyone's been waiting for. This is it. This is what it's all about. We are going to be answering big questions later on. We're going to be talking about what's in the news and how it affects parents. We're going to be playing a game, but first of all, I need to introduce you to the panel. And we are recording this in the first week of what is now the summer holidays in England and Wales. Now, everywhere in the United Kingdom is on holiday for 6 long weeks during summer.
Oh my God, it's so long. So long.
So what I thought I would do was introduce you in the kind of the style of the school holiday activity that you would be. Right. So we'll start off with Sparky. Sparky, I think what he would be is, I think this is a kind of mainstay of British school holidays. Sparky would be little model village, just a little model village, tiny little one.
Oh, the kids love me though. It's a great day out.
Yeah, well, lucky you. Brad would be Gold Reef City Theme Park.
Hey, good shout, dude. Good shout.
Can anyone else guess why that might be?
Sounds South African.
It's a theme park in South Africa.
Hooray!
And by the way, that is so next to Gold Reef City, you got Gold Reef City Casino. And when I turned
Not as good
18,
for the
that's
kids, yeah.
well, when I turned 18, my dad said he was going to take me there to show me that gambling, you don't always win. So he gave me like 100 Rand and he took me to the roulette table. And I ended up winning like 1,000 Rand and still convinced him to buy lunch.
Oh, Brad, I thought you were going to say there, he took you there and he tried to gamble you on the roulette table, put Brad on black.
That needs to go down as the worst life lesson ever, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was bitterly disappointed with that. Yeah.
Jack would be the roller coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach because he's the big one. The big one. He's really tall.
Jack.
And Sparky's really short.
And other reasons.
Yeah. No, actually, just that one. And I would be Wicksteed Park near Kettering because it's the oldest theme park in the UK. There you go. All right.
But the most reliable.
Well, I have not got the data to back that up, so we'll find out. Let's look at the safety record. Who knows? We have got another member, though, of the panel. Someone who's been waiting since they finished work for this. Someone who is an executive producer this week of this show. Connor Snedden. As part of Connor is a patron of ours on Patreon. And as part of that, he gets an executive producer credit on this show. So, Connor, thank you very much for your support of this show.
Yay.
Connor's done about as much work as other executive producers that direct and produce actual Netflix series. Thank you, Connor, for your support, mate. Appreciate it.
I thought you were going to say other executive producers on this show.
Yeah, me too. And I was about to say, I think Connor listens more than the others. So there we go. If you want to get one of these credits, then that is easy to do. You just go and support us at Patreon. It's patreon.com/loosedads. And you can go and there's all sorts of different tiers and you get all sorts of different rewards, including we could have a little video chat with you at some point during the month. But if you want to check it out, patreon.com/loosedads. Let's play a game.
Oh, yeah, I haven't lined up the thing. Hold on.
Well, then,
Right, Connor.
Before you do, then, should we just say hello to everyone else that's just joining us in?
Yeah.
We got the Dark Knight, who's joined us again in from YouTube. If you remember, a couple of weeks back, Dark Knight joined us. So hello there. Hello.
Welcome
He
back.
says
Sparky should be the Little Dipper. Yeah.
And Jack can be the Big Dipper.
Oh,
You guys are like,
it's like Big
That's
Spoon,
what-
Little Spoon, isn't it?
yeah.
As I say, that's what Danny calls me.
And let's
No,
move
it's
on.
the big shit. It's the big shitter, actually.
Joe Hale,
Got the music.
said hello
Shall we
as
play?
well. And also hello to the Facebook user that's giving us updates on the England game. But let's not tell anyone there's an England game on because people might turn off, especially now England are winning. Let's play the music. Let's play a game.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's game time!
So this is a game that we play, but before I mention that, we have a comment from Facebook. I can guess who this might be. It is someone rebuffing the claim that Jack made that Danny says he's the Big Dipper. Who could it be? It's come up anonymously, but there's no way of telling. Literally no way of telling when she says she does not.
It's really annoying when she listens.
Thanks for your support, Danny. Always welcome.
Or rather, it's annoying when she listens live.
Of course. Yeah, you could have edited that out quite easily, couldn't you?
Exactly.
So let's do this game. What we do, play a game at the start of the show. And last week we played Parenting Would You Rather, and we thought we'd give that another go. So I'm going to give the panel a would you rather question, and they just need to give me their honest answer on it. And it's related to parenting because, you know, it's technically a parenting podcast. Sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell, but whatever.
Technically.
First one, would you rather remove chewing gum from a child's hair or remove biro marks from your in-laws' walls? Which would it be? I'm going to go to Jack, not because I think he's the one that might have had to do that at some point, probably recently, but there we go.
So chewing gum from your kid's hair or
Yeah, which is a
biro from your
nightmare.
in-laws' walls?
Which is a nightmare and an embarrassment.
I think I would rather the biro on the in-laws' walls because that's their grandparents, and you know kids can do no wrong in their grandparents' eyes.
Okay, but do you not think you're going to get judged?
Well, I'd be like, oh my goodness, oh I'm so sorry, oh Jake, Harry, what have you done? Oh, and you know, still their grandparents would go, they were good as gold.
Dude.
They were good as gold. No problem.
Have a chocolate bar.
Absolute angels.
Come on, there you
Absolute
go.
angels.
You know what?
Don't
You're
worry, we were
not-
going to knock that wall down anyway.
You're not far wrong. But what you could do is you could take it even a little step further and just get a nice little frame that you could just hang around the biro
Yeah.
scratchings on the wall and be like, it's abstract art. Look at
That's
You've
it.
got your own-
We've all seen that meme, haven't we?
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
someone a kid drew a little picture of a house and they put a frame around it and a little plaque.
Yeah, boom.
Like the
I like
Tate
that.
modern.
Done.
Yeah,
I do
like
I'm
that.
into that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
there you
like
go.
it.
Okay, Sparky, what would it be for you? Are you getting towards drawing on the wall stage?
Yeah, actually, I think that we're in danger of that. Like, we've got an ongoing thing. Like, Jackson's got like a little drawing board with these pastel things, and SJ just leaves the pens there. Like, and I'm like, is it good that we just leave the pens there? Because one day he's just going to pick one of those up and redecorate for us.
Yeah.
But in this game of Would You Rather, I would definitely do the grandparents' house because SJ's dad's pretty handy with the DIY, so he'd likely fix the problem way before I would. And also, Jackson can do no wrong in his nan and granddad's eyes.
There we go.
Okay, we're
It's
getting
a
a
safe
theme
bet.
here.
Yeah.
I don't want the chewing gum drama as well. It seems like someone's going to say get an ice cube and all of. I'm not ready for that. I don't.
Oh no, too many opinions. Too many opinions. I don't
Yeah.
need them.
Jack, I think you probably back this one up. Just shave the head.
Like it worked for me.
There we go.
And
And you know what? How many times do you battle chewing gum in your hair?
very rarely.
Yeah,
Very
there you go.
rarely.
Successful. My daughter got, it wasn't chewing gum, what was it? I think it was slime or something stuck in her hair. And it was just before school as well. And it was it was a right nightmare. And she's quite precious about her hair because it's taken her quite a long time to grow it. It just grows quite slowly. And it was the worst trying to get it out. And in the end, we did have to cut a little bit of the hair out, but thankfully it wasn't too noticeable. But we actually had to ring school and just say, she's not going to be in just yet. It was when she was in reception. So I thought it didn't matter as much. You know, if it was the day of her English literature exam, probably would have said, you're going to school with the slime in your hair or whatever it was. But, no, I'd never want to have to go through that again. Not at all. Should we have another one then?
Yeah.
Would you rather homeschool your kids or send them to boarding school?
Boarding school.
Whoa, Brad, give him a chance to finish the question, mate.
Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be so loud. Boarding school.
You didn't even need the other option. Would you rather just have your kids normally at school or send them to boarding school and go on a holiday camp as well?
Boarding school and a holiday camp. Yes.
All right, then. We've had Brad. Sparky, what do you think? What are you reckoning? Homeschooling. You've not been through homeschooling, have you? But you can probably imagine how much of a nightmare it was.
But I don't know, like boarding school, yeah, it seems great. I mean, but I don't know. Some of my friends who I know who went to boarding school are a little different. That's a polite way of saying that. So maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there's the protectiveness of me would be like, all right, I'll homeschool it. But, can I take a sort of like receipt on that? So like if after 2 weeks he does my head in, I can just ship him off to boarding school, or can I just use it as a constant threat as part of the homeschooling discipline?
So you want the 30 days cooling off process then? Is that what you want? Yeah.
Yeah, if I have that, then I'd say homeschooling, just because I'm still in the honeymoon phase of parenting. It's slowly getting worse.
That's true though, because you haven't had the joy of him starting school, and when you're trying to do homework with him, because that's the point where, like, up until before your kid starts school, you're like, oh my god, my kid is so smart, he's a genius. And then they start school and they come home, and then you try and revise homework and things with them, and then you go, shit, my kids are idiots. So Sparky, I think this conversation will be different in a few years' time.
Okay, I'm willing to learn from you boys. That's what I'm here for. You know that.
We'll revisit it in episode 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Jack, what would it be for you then? Send them off to boarding school or homeschool them forever and ever and ever?
Well, how far into the summer holidays are we?
2 days.
2 days.
As far
2
as
days.
we are in England and Wales, 2 days in.
And the phrase that keeps coming to mind is, how can I miss you if you won't go away?
Yeah.
I looked so knackered, so dead, taking them to summer club at nursery today, having had 1 day at home with them. So I think boarding school.
This is proving popular on the live stream. Sydney saying boarding school. Our executive producer, Connor, saying boarding school as well. We do live stream this on a Tuesday night, 8:30. So if you're just listening on the normal audio bit this week, maybe make an effort next week to listen at 8:30 on Tuesday. And you can get involved in the conversation as well. I can't think. It's a good question, this. I don't want to blow my own trumpet. But I don't think I could send them off to boarding school. I don't think I could. It'd be too much. It'd be too much.
Just think about how happy the grandparents look, right? Because they get the grandkids in like little bouts. Like, think about that as if you're a parent. You'd be like, hey, man, I could wake up Monday to Friday, whatever time I want. I don't have to worry about making any packed lunches. I don't have to worry about extra dinners that won't be eaten. Mm-hmm. And then I see them on the weekend.
Yeah. Right, let's get him sent off to Hogwarts then. I'm with you.
Right. What's the directions to platform 9.5?
Dark Knight says at the moment boarding school, but homeschool as long as there isn't Ofsted. Oh yeah, no. If Ofsted had come round our homeschool, they'd have been sorely disappointed.
Shut down, turned into an academy
with Mr. Colson's lessons. Anyway, my wife is a lot better because she trained as a teacher, which is cheating, really.
Well, yeah.
Last one then. Would you rather your kids flush your phone or your keys down the toilet? Brad, which one? Which one would you do without your phone or your keys?
Phone. I can do without my phone. Yeah. I find myself far too attached to it anyway. I think a little bit of a break from my phone would be good.
All right.
Plus also my keys. Like, to get like a replacement keyless fob for the car probably costs as much as a bloody phone. Then I've got to get my house keys recut. It's way too much. Rather than just going down and getting a new phone, cheap phone with a replacement SIM, that's quick and easy. But having to get all your keys cut again, no.
So if they flushed your phone, Your phone isn't fitting down the U-bend.
Okay,
unless
you
you've
got to
one of
take a
those,
hypothetical. You got to take
Yeah.
tiny.
Jack,
ones.
play the game, mate.
no,
Don't
no,
be smart.
Don't get too. Yeah,
Yeah, you've got to
semantics,
do
man.
the realism. You've got to do the
Okay.
realism.
I have a
If they
Samsung
flash my
Z
phone-
Fold.
Okay.
A Samsung Z Fold.
I've got an Oppo Find X3, and the screen size is ample. So
That's right, an Oppo phone, everybody. That's right. You
Stop
heard
trying to
that
sound
correctly.
cool, Jack. What the hell is an Oppo, for God's sake?
You've heard of Apple and Samsung. You've maybe heard of Nokia. No, Oppo really exists, apparently.
Like definitely the keys, right? Because like the phone has got my life on it 100%, and like Connor said that too. But also, like, do you guys not split up your keys? Like,
No. You see, now you're just going too deep in this, dude. Just like, say for instance, she's gone away for the weekend.
Okay, well, there's no spares.
There's no
Okay,
spares,
right.
no spares, right? And Jackson flushed your keys down. What are you going to use to get in your car then to go get your replacement keys?
Yeah,
You're going to have to walk.
I'd use my phone to call Nanny and Granddad. So, your perfect grandson who does nothing wrong. Can you rescue him and his dad, please?
with the price of petrol at the moment, I don't want to go driving. So
Fair enough.
I'm surprised,
Fair enough.
Sparky, that your door isn't kind of working on a sort of voice activated thing anyway. You seem to have tried to smart home your house up a little bit. So
Yeah.
True. Oh no, it's not. No, it's no. I know not to sound like, carry on the criminal vibes from last week, but I reckon I could break into my house if I needed to. So,
Sorry, Sparky. What's your address again?
oh no, only I know.
and how
to
would
get
you
it, mate.
do it exactly?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Detail
And while you're
in
here-
bullet points.
what is your mum's maiden name? The Dark Knight says, I'm with Jack. My keys would be too heavy. Okay, the keys are too heavy and the phone's too big to go down the toilet. It's a hypothetical question.
Jim, change the question to lobbed
Okay.
off a cliff.
All right.
Then
No,
come on, smart asses, pipe
just
down.
Just say you guys, you took your child to a weekend music festival and they threw one of them down the long
Yes.
drop.
Yeah, I'm not going in to get either of those. That's it, done. Don't care. Phone can go. I don't need memories. They're all in my brain. I'll have them.
And plus, probably 9 times out of 10, it's backed up to either your Apple Cloud or
Yeah.
Google Cloud, or so they're there. They're safe.
And if I've lost my keys and I've still got my phone, I'll call Sparky the cat burglar and he can come and let me into my
Break
house.
you in.
Jim, I can get in, mate. Don't worry.
This is Loose Dads from Dad's Net. On the way, we're going to look inside the news, find out how it affects parents. Keep listening.
Trying to get the right amount of vitamins into our kids can be a struggle, right?
I mean, what is it? Like, the kids, all they ever want to eat is like just beige this, beige that. If I have to see another chicken nugget and chips in my life.
That's the nutrients.
Yeah, exactly.
Nutritious.
Exactly.
That's honestly, and the nutrition that you accompany that beigeness with always gets thrown on the floor. Like if Jackson throws another piece of broccoli on the floor, I don't know how many times I've cooked a full plate of peas just for them to be poured into the bin. It's impossible to get vitamins inside it.
Well, that's where Nature's Aid mini drops come in. They're suitable from 0 all the way to 5 years old. They're the fuss-free way to give your child a helping hand. And all you have to do is drop a few drops of it into whatever food or drink they're having. So, no artificial colours, there's no added sugar, they're lactose and gluten-free, everything.
What? So you can just chuck it in beans, like beans on toast.
Whatever. Beans on toast, bit of spaghetti bolognese.
All right, well, so solve it for me though. How do I drop it on to chicken nuggets and chips? Because you can. That's all.
You just put it
Well,
on.
yeah, you just drop it
You
on.
just drop it on.
I bet they dip it in ketchup, don't they?
What? No. You could just
Drop
put
it into the ketchup, couldn't you?
Good.
Give it a little mix
Spot
up, or the
on.
mayonnaise,
Spot on.
whatever they're dipping it in.
Drop
The
it,
important thing-
drop it into the condiment.
Yeah, you drop it into anything.
Nice.
It's that easy.
What, you're
So
saying? You're saying it complements condiments with vitamins? Oh yes, and it's easy. This works for me.
there's a tagline, Nature's Aid, if you haven't got one yet. But I'm going to sign off with their actual one. Helping your little ones thrive with mini drops from Nature's Aid.
This is Loose Dad. Jackson there.
now you can go.
Yeah. I just appeared back on the screen and thought it was me. But it is. I mean, I wasn't wrong. It is Loose Dads from Dad's now. Right? Am I right?
Yeah,
And
still is,
we are on social media. One of them, anyway. Instagram is the place you can get us at Loose Dads Pod. You can come and find us there and see all the pictures and the stuff and the videos of Jack doing things like resting the toilet roll in the crotch of his pants when he goes to the toilet.
I haven't seen my mom in a few days, right? And because they had COVID, shocker. And when I did see her like yesterday, she was like, I was laughing so much at Jack with his trousers down in the toilet roll. And my dad was like, what are you talking about? And I had to give him the whole long spiel, and he just looked and just walked off. He didn't even say anything.
Oh, that's on our TikTok as well, isn't it? I forgot we've got a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're cool. We know what we're doing. Jack does it all, and I have no idea about it. This is Loose Dads. Let us have a look inside the news. You know, when they say in the news that, there's a cost of living crisis and they give you the price of items and it's like a bag of sugar and you think, fine, I don't buy bags of sugar very often. I don't think I'll notice that. This is the point where we're going to start noticing it when things like this happen, because Amazon Prime is going to increase its price because of increased inflation and operating costs. From $7.99 a month to $8.99, we can get an annual membership. It was £79. Now it's going to be £95 from September. And now, does this feel like stuff's just got real? Do we feel like this is where it started to hit us at these things that they're not real luxuries because, there's kind of just your sort of entertainment time. It's not like a big slap up meal, but it's something that a lot of people have. And a lot of people are going to start to notice these things increasing if these happen. Like, is this going to get anyone to cancel Amazon?
Absolutely not. Like, I would say it's one of the best price increases we've had, if there's such thing as that, right?
The best.
No, and
well done, Apple. Amazon.
Well done, Bezos, you rich bugger. Right, no, like, I'll give context to my answer, because if you look at the recent price increases with Netflix, who just give you streamable shows, that's gone up by £3. Amazon that give me free Peppa Pig for Jackson, free postage and packing for all of the nonsense that SJ orders to our house, Amazon Music, some free books on Audible. Like, I think you get so much for that extra quid, and it hasn't gone up since 2014. I'll forgive Bezos for this because my Ubers have gone up tenfold since I downloaded the Uber app. Netflix has gone up massive. Petrol has gone up like by 30 pence this year. So £1 a month for everything that Amazon gets. And let's just be real. If you order anything from anywhere else, it's usually $6.99 postage and packaging anyway for next day delivery. Bezos isn't that bad. I'm going to say he's not a villain that everyone wants to make him out to be.
Are you on like supercharged Netflix? Mine's only gone up £1 because I'm on like basic Netflix. I just want to watch the things. Do you get to appear in some things as well?
He's signed up with the Netflix Patreon.
I'm sure mine was like $7.99. It's gone up to $10.99.
Yeah, that's it.
Mine was $5.99. It's gone up to $6.99. Maybe Northern Netflix is cheaper than Midlands Netflix. I don't know.
Hey, maybe. But in the grand scheme of everything that's gone up, and for me, I don't mind when things go up if I can see reason for it. Like, the cost of living has gone up. Yeah, that's true. But, when it's like, oh, COVID. So sorry, that costs £4 more now, or that costs, 50 pence more on each time you're going to buy it. This £1 a month for everything that I get off Amazon, and for the missus mainly, I'm talking here, I don't think it's that bad.
I think I think you're right. There's a lot of good stuff there for not a whole lot of money. Where's Brad gone?
Brad's disappeared.
A lot of good stuff for not a whole lot of money in the grand scheme of it. My problem with it is just how much now, if you add up all the streaming services you pay for, and bear in mind you might not pay for them all. You might, you know, have a login on your friends or something like that. But if you've got Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Now TV, what else? Spotify.
Yeah.
You know, you're easily at what, 60 quid?
It is
Yeah, it's
insane.
pushing that, isn't it? It is pushing up that, and then if everyone puts another quid on, then that's another 6 or 7 quid, isn't it? And it's just, yeah, it becomes a bit much. But it depends.
Yeah.
You're best to kind of go first, then, aren't you? So people go, oh, well, that one's this price, and it seems like the others are worse value because they're coming in later, where you're already used to the higher price of the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
I just, yeah, it is liberties. But if you think about, like, let's think about Sky or whatever, you know, no shade to Sky if they want to do business with us in future. But, you know, that seems to be like an old way of doing things. You have Sky, you get your broadband, you all of it. And like, some of my friends were paying like 90 quid a month to have the sports channels and things like that. And so it's still less than that for a lot of the streaming services. Amazon gives you the tennis, which makes my mum happy. Like, you do get sport on there and a footy on there sometimes. And I just think, £1 a month when Sky Sports want £15 a month just to have Sky Sports. And then if you want that in HD, that's £20 a month. And you just kind of go, Bezos is super rich. So he's like swimming in profit. He doesn't need to put it up. But the fact that he's only gone £1 a month.
Well, I mean, it depends who you're talking to when you say you're swimming in profit, because to some authorities, they're not making any profit at all.
Yeah. If you're listening, HMR,
Very good point.
It's
Exactly, dude. You've seen the fact that they don't pay bloody their tax properly, then I think they could forego this £1 increase.
Yeah, okay, but all right, I give you that. But like, look at our politicians. Like, this is not the time. No, and I'm not making it political, but like, in a world where everything's sort of sullied at the moment, so it kind of makes it okay to kind of, you know, oh well, they're doing it, so why not doing that? Like,
does he want that extra £1 a month per user because he wants to go up to space again?
Rocket fuel has gone up, to be
That's
fair.
very true. That is
Russia,
very true.
COVID. You know, you've got to blame all these things for the price increase.
Yeah, okay. So it's not going to put Sparky off. Is it going to put anyone off? Jack, would it put you off?
No, because The Boys is on there, and that's a really good series.
I've not watched that.
Yes.
And me and Brad will do a Patreon exclusive bonus episode about that at some point. But, you know, it's got some good content on it. And
I mean,
when
we'll
I
use-
need
we'll use-
guitar
we'll
parts
use-
in a rush.
We'll use good in like cautiously. I mean, it's got. I mean, besides The Boys, it's got content. But I think for me personally, the biggest thing is the quick, speedy deliveries. I think that's the biggest benefit for me.
But that's it. So, like, break it down into the different things that you're paying a subscription for, and you're only really paying £3 for the content. You're paying another £3 for the delivery. Then the other things are just like £1 here and there.
Or if you look at it, in my case, I'd be paying just £8.99 a month to get faster shipping because I don't use anything else.
I'm sure I've said it before. Amazon set a whole new standard, don't they? Because it's like, if anything takes more than 3 days to get to my house now, I'm annoyed. And it's like, and if you want it quicker than that, and it's, you know, not Amazon, it's usually £8.99 for next day delivery or choose your delivery slot type thing, isn't it?
I've just remembered about Amazon Prime as a streaming service. It's not actually that good. I take back what I said. You still have to pay for stuff.
You're right. Some of the premium stuff, some of the really good stuff, you have to rent or buy.
That's what
the
I
stuff
found.
you actually want to watch.
Yeah.
Whenever I've had a Prime, I've only ever had Prime free membership. You know, when they try and tempt you in and they give you 3 months for free or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I can't actually watch anything. Oh, brilliant! I can watch like Dora the Explorer if I want to, but actually, any of the good stuff is pretty rubbish. I don't tend to buy stuff off Amazon. That's why I don't have Prime. I'm trying to be contrary and annoying. I'm one of those smug people that doesn't get anything off Amazon. And I'm really trying hard, and I can't think what the last thing I bought off Amazon was. And it makes me really happy.
You know what though? That's a good thing though, Jim. Considering like, from what I understand is how quickly they put smaller businesses out because they find their product that's doing well, and then all of a sudden it pops up as Amazon's Choice or whatever they call it. I can't remember. Amazon Basics, I think it is, and then they undercut all of the legit smaller businesses, and they have to go out because they can't compete. Yeah, it's almost like they're just a big bully.
Yeah, but they've raised the standards of everything. Like, I totally agree with you. Like, I totally agree, and I support local businesses. Where
Not the standards of streaming, though. Yeah,
not the standards of streaming. I agree with that too. But Brad, they've got Tractor Ted, and that's free. And Jackson loves Tractor Ted, mate. He's asleep in his shed, mate, and the cockerel said good morning, and Jackson loves it, right?
Fair enough.
But I guess what I'm saying is it's like these things are dragging the world forward. Like I expect better service. Like Uber, they're scumbags. They're undercutting taxi companies, but they provide when you desperately need that service, they back you. You're not in a queue on a phone waiting to speak to some lady who's smoking 20 cigarettes trying to book taxis for you. You know, you can do it on your phone and you can see it coming towards you.
But then they can only do it by being scumbags, can't they? That's it. All these companies can only do it by being scumbags, and then they drive the other people out, which means that you're kind of stuck with scumbags forever.
Jim, I do have morals somewhere. I don't shop at Sports Direct anymore because of that scumbag that owns them.
Isn't part of that just progress?
Yeah.
Well, is it
like technology progresses and then you get new big companies?
It's not necessarily progress though. If people are doing it in an underhand way, they're not paying tax that they should. That's not progress. That's cheating. Which it's change in the industry, and that does happen. But there's no way to counter that. And in the end, they are going to have to start paying back because otherwise, there's going to be no one paying any tax, and we're really going to be in the shit. So I don't know.
That's a great point from Dark Knight there, but the thing is, it's too good. That's the thing with Amazon. It is too good, and the local businesses can't compete with it. But yeah, I agree, Jim. They 100% should pay tax, but not to make it political, Brad. Whose job is it to make sure they pay their tax correctly?
Oh, the politics, 100%.
Not to make it. Yeah, not to make it
political. That's not political. That's just common sense, dude.
But not to make it political, but down with capitalism.
And on that note, let's move on to another story. I don't think we can beat that.
I just know if I miss my tax bill, they're chasing me. But Bezos, the biggest branded company in the world, could get away with missing his. And how that's allowed to happen is ridiculous.
He's in a spaceship. They can't chase him. No, they literally can't. Dude, Only Richard Branson could chase him. And Sparky, what's your news story?
Okay, I love this story because it's someone using their Nelly to make their life easier. A guy who repeatedly forgets his Tesco Clubcard whenever he goes shopping at Tesco's has gone to the ultimate extreme by having the QR code to his Tesco Clubcard tattooed on his wrist.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Right. And I don't know if any of your other halves are like mine, but SJ, every time she doesn't know how to put it in her wallet on her Apple phone. But every time she goes to Tesco's, she'll be standing at the till and she'll WhatsApp me, quick, send me a screenshot of the Tesco Clubcard. I've forgotten it again. I can't find it. And so this would be a great thing for her to have done. I might offer her the tattoo. I'll say I'll pay for it, but ultimately genius, and it works. So
would you know what else he could have done? Just set it as his lock screen on his phone.
Yeah.
But that's not going to get him in the newspaper, is it?
That would have been less permanent, wouldn't it?
Or he could have remembered it off by heart, and he could have told them big block, little block, big block, big block, little block, little block, little block.
It's like playing a hardcore game of what was it? What was it?
Tetris.
Asteroids? Was it? No. What was the old game when you had the spaceship and you had the Space Invaders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's the fun way of doing it. He's taking the easy way out. If anything, to be perfectly honest.
But like on a side note, though, you guys have got like just one of these, right?
No,
an actual card, like your Tesco Club card is like
I've got the one on my keys.
Like that. So you just put it with your.
It's seen better days, but I've got it.
Just got it on there.
I just have it on my phone because it's just easier. It always falls off the keys in your pocket. And
but you got they do actual cards that you put in your wallet with your actual like that. So
like the olden days, that's what they did in
Brad,
the Stone Age times.
Do you still have a phone card or something that you just carry? Like, do you just like collecting cards? And you're like, I hate carrying cards.
I'll have you know, by the way, this is actually not old because there is a QR code on it.
Oh, and they haven't been around for very long, have they?
Only about
only just got big
7-8
now,
years, not too long, not too long.
COVID was a good moment for QR codes, dude. They were pretty dead before that.
Yeah, it's sort of QR code revival.
But what if you fall out with Tesco? Like they just don't become your favorite anymore. You just can't shop there.
Well,
you just got this tattoo of a QR code. I mean,
okay, so I've got an example of this. Danny used to always want us to get the to get the Clubcard points, right? Because you could convert them into BA Air Miles.
Yeah.
Now, Clubcard have changed the way they do it, and you now can't do that.
Yes. Was it
So
Avios
now-
or was it? BA?
Avios.
Yeah.
Avios points. So, yeah, but now you can't do that. And Tesco is still my local supermarket. I keep scanning the card, but I don't know what I'm doing it for.
Well,
You do get the
money off
vouchers.
Things.
Yeah, I've got like a voucher that, and then it appears in the app every now and then. It's like you've got till 2014 to use this, and like I always use it when I do the shopping when I want to look like a hero. Like, oh yeah, I got this extra for us this time because I've just used the voucher to get the money.
See, but the thing is, if you do that and you go prepared with your vouchers, then what are all those little old ladies going to spend their vouchers on?
And who's going to have spare money to give to Jack in the queue?
Yeah. This is how Jack makes his money, is basically scamming old ladies. As we said last week, we recapped it. That's what he does.
Yeah.
It's a sad story. Jack, what's your news story?
Okay, so keeping in line with prices rising and how hard things are at the moment. You know how hard it is to get on the property ladder for first-time buyers at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's a couple who have been struggling to get on the housing market. They're both 47, and so what they've done is instead of buying a house in England, they've bought a village in northern France.
A whole village.
A whole village.
I mean, that just shows you
£12,000.
That just shows you how ridiculous the housing price is over here, right? If you can buy a whole village for 12 grand and you can't even that's not even a deposit on a house over here, is it? 12 grand.
Well, that's it.
Grand.
These two guys were living in a caravan, like trying to just save up the money. And they went and this village, I say it's a village, it's like 12 houses, a farm building, it's more like a hamlet, you might say.
I was going to say, also, I'm assuming it's not like a thriving community at the moment. I think there must be a little bit of work to be done, right?
Oh, yeah, it's derelict.
It's a fixer-upper.
Right. Yeah, you can't move straight in.
No.
You might have some trees in the dining room, but it'll look nice when it's done.
I'm just saying, it's a good job they've still got that caravan because, it's not got any electricity or anything. But like, how awesome would that be as a project? They want to turn it into holiday homes and all sorts.
Have you seen? It was a time in America as well, in Detroit, I think it was, which is where 8 Miles filmed, and houses they stopped like working out of the factories there, so like it just became like a ghost town, and some of the houses went down to like £5,000 for like massive houses, and it's just the thought of that sounds amazing. But like, I mean, and I'd happily live away from people as long as the internet was good. I could get an internet signal or just tap into Tesla internet or whatever I'm in. And you can do it in Italy as well.
The problem is, right, you think moving away from people is going to be cheaper, and that's what we did. We moved to Norfolk, near no one. And then COVID happened, and everyone started working from home, and now the house prices are just going up and up and up and up and up.
Oh, because everyone can do it. How annoying.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to move to France. I really would. One of those, that sounds like a brilliant thing for me, other than the fact that I have no DIY skills, so I couldn't renovate a place. My French is very, very basic, and none of my family want to move to France with me. But apart from that, I'm well up for doing that.
Mate, they've got cheese and wine. Who needs your family? Like, just go over there.
It sounds like you could power your electric car for eternity over there. A little bit of cheese and wine.
Yeah, exactly. That is what Prince
Without
Charles
that.
does, isn't it? Absolutely.
Exactly.
That sounds amazing, but out of reach. Brad, what's your news story?
All right. So, does any of your partners have like disgusting eating habits that you can record? No. All right.
No.
That's
Not
fine.
that she'd be happy with me discussing on the podcast.
Yeah, as I say, mine's listening live, so
Absolutely
No.
not in any way, shape, or form.
Danny, if you want to chime in about the Jack's disgusting eating habits, please do so in the comments. All right. So this one, the title of this, I can't even say it. Sorry. The title of this news piece is "I'm sick of my partner eating his earwax and crusty eye bits, but he refuses to stop."
Oh dear.
Tell
Tell us more. I kind of want you to tell us more, and I kind of don't. But go ahead.
So basically, there's a lady that went on the Mumsnet forum to complain about her partner's disgusting habits, and she went and wrote, "Does anyone else's partner eat their own snot, earwax, and sleepies?" Apologies in advance for using the word sleepies. That's just how she refers to them. But the crusty bits in the corner of your eyes when you wake up. Let's discuss.
Oh.
No, because I'm not 3 anymore. Like
That is just absolutely disgusting. Who in their right mind as an adult? I mean, to be fair though, like, you know, Shay's told me a few times where she's traveled on the trains to London and she casually sees a grown adult like doing a little nose dip and then one of these. And why are we still eating boogers as adults?
Brad,
I didn't think I'd have to have this conversation, but why?
when
Is
you
it
start
maybe
this
like a macrobiotic diet, like Gwyneth Paltrow might put forward? Do you think that might be
It's
what
going
it
to be
is?
the next Goop product, I bet you. Yeah, she's going to stop making vagina candles and eat your placenta. This it's going to be eat my boogers.
just like
You know, but funny enough, though, as Jim said, I did read a follow-up article that did talk about that there might potentially be a scientific benefit to eating your boogers due to the fact that your snot kind of attacks bacteria and stuff like that, which makes it which weakens it. So when you do consume it, your body is ingesting the bacteria in a weakened state, and it helps create white blood cells to fight it. So if you do get it's almost like little vaccines. So,
And that was the article written by the husband of the
By
bloke
Goop.
off Mum's.
yeah.
so I get like
Oh, you get.
no, I'm not saying I do it. I'm not saying I do it.
here we go, Jack. The one with
But
the
I
weird
get,
sort of
like-
habits is piped up.
I get snot. It's salty, but earwax.
Oh, earwax is the worst taste in the world. If you've accidentally scratched your ear and then put your finger in
bitter.
your mouth, oh, it's very
It's
bitter.
like very bitter. You wouldn't want that. And then, well, I don't know what eye crust tastes like.
I suppose that I mean I would have just assumed if you've ever had a good cry and a tear's gone in and it's fallen on your lips and whatever, you've licked a tear, they're quite salty. So I might imagine crusties might be quite salty as well. Kind of a little dab onto your popcorn.
Or are they sweet? And then you've sort of got the trifecta.
Sweet, bitter,
Salt,
and salty.
bitter, yeah.
Yeah, the stuff that comes out of your head is basically the full 4 food groups, and you know,
Yeah. And what's that taste? Umami? Is it?
No, I think that was from Shooting Stars with Vic Leeds.
But so you say this woman's on Mumsnet saying, complaining about it. Like, how does she get to the point of being married to this person before she realised this is what they did? Like, surely it's usually at least within 6 months someone fully exposes their weirdness to you.
This is why that not living together, not doing anything before marriage is never going to work, is it? You need to know whether they eat eye crust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I like it. Kind of feels like to me that like this person's disgusting habits might even go further to parts where this person doesn't see them or witness them, because like
I think if
like,
they're eating
could
their
you
own
stop-
earwax,
yeah,
then
could you-
yes.
yeah, exactly. Could you stop there? Like you'd be like, oh well, let's
What happens when they
my
lock the
finger
door
under
in the
there,
toilet?
yeah. Yeah.
If that, yeah, because if
Thin
those are the ones
paper?
are the ones you're willing to show for people.
Where does it stop?
She comes into the kitchen and goes, "Oh, Nutella on toast." He goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Oh.
It's gone too far. Dark Knight says maybe they're adding the sleepy bits for the crunchy texture. So, it does add a little. You need a bit of texture, don't you? That's it. You do need it. This is Loose Dads from Dadsnet. I don't really know what to do with this. So let's just move on and answer some big questions of the week next from Dadsnet members. Connor's just spat his drink everywhere. I don't know if he's just saying that because he's just, incapable of drinking properly, or it was the
Or he
thought
tried.
of Nutella on toast.
Or he tried something and it just didn't work.
Oh, Connor, what's wrong?
What
You've
was
hardly touched your sleepy sprinkles. Come on.
Your sleepies.
Your cup of urine.
Should we answer some big questions before we go into this again? Let's do it.
Yeah.
The big question of the week.
The big question of the
Big question. They all come from Dadsnet groups on the internet, which are a great place to go, and you get to have all this amazing content for free and this amazing safe space in which you can discuss issues. And we take some questions from it, keep them anonymous, and then we try and answer them on the podcast. This one says, we have shared finances. I won £1,000 and I want to spend it on myself, but I know I should respect the shared arrangement that we have and be open about it. Last time I won an amount of money, it just went into paying for like the regular groceries and stuff, and it disappeared. What would you do? So would you keep £1,000 win away from your other half and just spend it on something you wanted? Sparky, how about you?
I knew this was coming. No, I think. Well, how are you going to brag about your win if you don't tell your other half? Because no one else wants to hear about it. So, like, they'll actually be the person that's happy for you. I randomly after a work night out the other week, went to the casino and had a go on roulette, and I won £100. And I thought this in the taxi on the way home. Should I tell her? Should I tell her, or should I just keep this to myself? And then I just, the next morning, I thought, I haven't done anything cool like this for a while. And so I said, I went to the casino last night, babe, and get yourself a new top on me. And I played that game and just took 40 quid. I kept 60. So 60-40 split, which Connor's saying 80-20, but it was 60. Get yourself a new top on me, babes. And it was brilliant because she was like, brilliant. It was really good. You went to the casino. Fair play. But yeah, mate. I would definitely tell them, and I'd definitely split with them because, to be fair, anything good that comes into the house is pretty much for both of us, right?
Well, you have to play that way, and I agree with Matthew, 50-50 split, because God forbid she one day decides to play the lottery and smacks the jackpot.
Right, yeah.
Right.
194 million quid for her.
Yeah, exactly.
But is that different, though, Brad? Because I think any lottery game in our house is both of ours, because that'll be a 50-50 split. But if I was out of the casino with her, it would have probably been a 50-50 split. But she wasn't there, so I've got to take, my.
So
if
she went to the if she went to the cafe and bought one without you knowing, isn't that the same thing?
Well, scratchy. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because is there a prize level where it becomes definite 50-50 split? Because for Connor saying 80-20 on the £1,000, where do you go before you become 50-50, or do you never become 50-50? I don't know.
I think I would always be open about it and go 50-50. I think, Shay, in her profession, she earns more than I do. So, she takes the lion's share of the bills and the expenses. And if I was in a fortunate position where I did get a little bit more income, I'm more likely to spend it on her because I know of what she puts in. So, I would just always be open and honest about it.
Respect that, Brad. That's a great answer.
And Jack, what about you?
There are guitars I want.
And they would require a no split.
Well, like £1,000 would get me a chunk of the way into what I'm after at the moment. So,
okay. But it'd be very difficult, wouldn't it, to get that into the house without having to reveal.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not. There so many come and go. She's got no idea what.
That's right, Jim. If you think about it, you've seen his Facebook Marketplace, right?
Yeah,
it's just coming and going and coming and going.
Yeah.
This one back here, that's been in the shop for weeks and weeks and weeks. She still comes in and goes, "That's new." Oh no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's the same one I've had for ages.
I can show you episodes of Loose Dads from the last so many weeks. It's in the background there. Proof. You can't get around it.
I'm also really good at Photoshop, so.
Yeah, I think this bloke, you kind of have to understand, don't you, that you're grown-ups now, and sometimes when you get money, it does have to go on sort of practical things. It's nice that, if there's £1,000 that's coming that's unexpected, it'd be nice to get something, but it'd be a bit crappy to just get something for yourself and then go, oh yeah, I got £1,000, but I won it technically. So
yeah, that's horrible.
That's going to bite you in the arse somewhere, dude.
And because he's on the Dad's Net forum, I'm assuming he's got kids as well. So it'd be nice to treat them a little bit, wouldn't it? Well.
Yeah,
that's it. I like if he's worried about it going into bills, and like I've fallen into that trap before. Sell a guitar, go, oh, there's a bit of money now. Oh, it's gone, bills.
Yeah.
But if he's worried about that, then do something nice with it. Like allocate it to a weekend away, a trip away, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like
specific fun
nice
funds,
with it.
A life experience.
Yeah, that's the thing, or at least a portion of it. Say we are going to spend this on something nice because this was unexpected. We didn't budget for it, so we've got that. Yeah, rather than just fritter it away. I guess that's right. We'll go for that. Another question. This one says, guys, the wife has decided that the best way to spend that precious hour between the kids going to bed and us collapsing through exhaustion is by spending it talking. In contrast to my favorite activity, which is zoning out to Netflix and Amazon. What should I do? Any advice?
You got a spare room?
It is it's an interesting one though, is it? Because if your kids do go to bed quite late, you only get a very small amount of evening. And how do you make the most of that very small amount of evening?
Yeah.
Read the room is what I'd say in this sometimes. It's because, those times, like I say, Jackson's been playing up a bit recently, and it's like this once he's in bed, it's like, you just need. Sometimes we just don't speak to each other for 30 minutes because that's what we both need because it's just been hell for the last hour. So she should read the room a bit and give you some space. It's not unfair for you to ask for a little bit of space, but.
Quite difficult to do, though, isn't it?
It
might not be unfair, but to go, can I just hold it there just a second? I don't really want to hear from you for about half an hour.
Could you imagine just going up going, shh?
Sorry, I'm just checking my diary. It's got here 8 to 8:30, saying F all and looking through TikTok. I can fit you in at about 8:45 if you like. We can chat.
Put an earbud in the ear where she can't see and just listen to a podcast and nod and smile occasionally, says The Dark Knight, which is, that's
sterling.
Certainly.
That will probably get you through about 70% of the way, but she will catch you off guard.
I like to think that's what everybody listening live is currently doing.
Yeah, that's right. And then I love to imagine that their cover was blown when we started talking about eating earwax and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
As they started vomiting over the side of the sofa.
I just to chime in, I think you're definitely well within your rights to say, listen, I just want to have a little bit of just absolutely no conversations. We actually have this with ourselves. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's a shame. Like, okay, cool. So tell me about your day. And she'd be like, no, I just need to process it. Give me some time. And then like 30 minutes later, then she'll be like, and then the same for me. It'd be like, if I don't want to talk about my day, I'll just be like, I just want to talk about it right now. And then you kind of respect that from each other's point of view. And then, at some point you'll want to talk about it. And then the person will be like, okay, cool. Let's have a chat. But I think you need, if you need that downtime, you need that downtime. You need it. It's just healthy.
Okay. But it sounds like they've got to a point where his missus has had to ask for them not to just do the same thing night after night after night after night after night in that 1 hour, and actually wants to connect with him a bit more. And maybe it's not about talking. Maybe it's about just spending time together that isn't in front of a screen. Spending time with each other, not with Peacemaker.
Great show. We'll have another episode about that on there.
But like, so sometimes me and Danny will play games, or we'll have like definitely during lockdowns and stuff like that, we did date nights and a few things like that. And date nights in the house. I mean, set up a room as a fake restaurant and have a little date. Very nice. But it helps you connect, and it stops you getting stuck in that, monotonous trudge of kids are in bed, we've tidied up, now we're going to watch an episode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a balance to be made then, isn't there? Is what we're saying.
Exactly.
You need to keep the magic, don't let that disappear. And whether that's talking that gets the magic back for her, or like you say, catching up on an episode, or turning your lounge into a restaurant, Jack, which is very smooth.
What he means though was he turned it into McDonald's and just put iPads everywhere.
Just coming off a funny arm. It's like stuck down. Yep.
Right, we've got one last question. It's only a short one. And I read the first line and thought this isn't for us. Then I read further on and thought there's one member of this panel who will be able to help with this one. All right. Calling all fellow dads who are chefs or work in the catering industry. That's none of us, right? None of us.
Right.
However, I'm after a new pair of Crocs for work, which are quickly dying on me. 12 months later, so not a bad return, but I need to buy a new pair. They must be comfortable, lightweight, and fairly slip resistant, and not a good, awful price. I presume that means god awful price. Any recommendations are welcome. Sparky, you are the expert in Crocs. You are a Croc wearer of
a Croc connoisseur, or a Crocfluencer, as we're called in the place.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
What would you recommend for a chef or catering industry person?
Well, absolutely right. Hot off the press. They come out tomorrow. In fact, I'm going into town to try and get a pair. The Primark and Greggs have been doing these collaborations. And you will see them on social media this week at some point, because someone will post them that you know. There are Greggs. Me, I'll put them on a page. There are Greggs clogs. They're not official Crocs, so they're at Primark prices.
Oh, have we lost Sparky?
It's such a crucial moment.
Not even the internet wants to hear the rest of that story.
Yeah, he's actually been cancelled by the social media companies. That is quite remarkable. Suffice to say, he's going to get some Greg's knockoff Primark clogs, and we're all going to just laugh at him even more than we were going to anyway. Perfect. Absolutely fascinating. There we go. It's time to go, I think. Now Sparky's knocked off early. This is Liz Dad. Thank you very much for listening.
Sorry, as Dark Knight said, did you see his thing? It was like,
I can bring that back.
Yeah, there we go.
The Dark Knight says that's not the best screen freeze either. If we were to describe what it looked like when Sparky's screen froze for people just listening on the audio version, it was basically like a picture from one of the Sunday tabloids when a celebrity's been caught, and they won't ever say snorting cocaine, but they'll say suspicious white powder.
What happened? Did you get a screenshot of it, guys? I just thought you cut me off because I was talking about Crocs.
The internet cut you off. Connor said it looked like a bad porn meme. This is Loose.
Please tell me you got a picture.
Thank you to Connor for being our executive producer today. If you could go and tell someone else about this podcast, we would really appreciate it. Spread the word. Go and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, particularly 5 stars and a lovely written review will shoot us up those charts, and we would absolutely love it. And find out more about parenting at dadsnet.com. Thank you very much to Jack.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to Brad.
Thank you very much, guys. And also just want to say a big shout out to Matthew and to the Dark Knight for joining us again as well. And obviously Connor, because he's the executive. I have to now. I'm scripted to say, and Connor, thank you.
We also had Sydney as well, didn't we? And we've had a few other people.
We had Danny, we had anonymous Facebook users at some point.
Yeah.
And everyone else who got involved. Thank you very much. We're back next week. See you then.
Loose Dads, a Dadsnet original podcast.